Boom. All right. Good afternoon, good day, good morning, whatever time it is, wherever you are. I'm Kyle Kemper, the host of the Miami Crypto Experience. And today I'm with Joseph Reben, who's the CEO of Mandala Exchange. How are you doing, Joseph?
I'm doing great today. Thanks for having me on, Kyle.
My pleasure. And thank you for being part of the Miami Crypto Experience. At the inaugural event, you guys had a big presence. What was presence like? What was your feeling after kind of the April Miami Crypto Experience?
Well, for one of the first events back, really the first event I had been to since COVID hit, it was a great experience. Saw a wide variety of, crypto users, of projects, of, people developing out new ideas in the space. And it was really cool to get together. Not to mention the NFT marketplace was awesome, right? I mean, we all enjoyed seeing artists doing their thing and being super creative. So overall, it was a very positive experience. Very happy to be coming back this time, and I'm looking forward to an even bigger and better event with the experience that Wayne and crew have, put together with their knowledge from having the event the first time and hosting it already.
Absolutely. And it was I think it was about 1,000 people was kind of the max capacity in April. I'm not, it might have been a little bit lower than that just because we had kind of constraints put on us by the venue, but this time we are sparing no expense, and we've got the full James L. Knight Center, 5,000 people, a McLaren that's being given away. It's going to be just a collision factory of thought leaders and innovators and people who are new, people who have been in it a long time, all coming together to have a really great time, to enjoy the human connection element that happens when we bring people together, in a physical space. And in addition, we're going to have the metaverse too. So broadcasting out for those who can't make it,
Right.
or maybe are forbidden from travel. Fortunately, we're not in that camp, and we're going to be coming together. So Joseph, tell us a little bit about Mandala.
Sure. So Mandala is the first privately owned and operated crypto exchange on the Binance Cloud platform. What does that mean? That means we get all the Binance Cloud liquidity, all the Binance really liquidity, order books, book depth, and trade engine, right? So basically the best in the business, as well as Binance security for all user wallets and token wallets on the exchange, both for our own exclusive listings, as well as all the Binance pairs, as well as all of our user base. So basically, it gives us a great platform to start with, right? Where we can build out our own integrations and our own, UI, UX, our own custom build outs and our own third-party development, and integrate that with the Binance infrastructure to make it a really fun and great user experience for our community.
Amazing. So you're basically taking Binance and you're making it even better, and you're adding your own kind of flavors to it, to be able to service the market. I know, personally, I worked in the crypto exchange business, and it's a lot of man, it's a grind. Power to you. I know, you're probably dealing with, questions and support and requests from the whole myriad of this space, because the crypto exchange is really such a key piece that everybody goes through in their own crypto experience. Who can use Mandala?
Sure. Well, I want to touch on one thing before we go into that.
Yeah,
the
sure.
Community aspect that you were discussing. Community is everything to us, and it's really, this project is very much a community-driven project from day one, where we, kind of picked it up and revitalized it in 2019, early 2020, after the original project really kind of went belly up with the original founders, and they deserted it. The community helped revitalize it. They've been a driving force behind it, and we just want to give a huge thank you and a huge shout out to each and every member that uses the exchange. Now, outside of that, right now, Mandala is a strictly international exchange. We do geofence out a few different countries that are blacklisted for various reasons, whether it's governmental or regulatory, or just territories that are kind of, basically forbidden by KYC AML providers. We do geofence out those areas. But we also do plan to bring a US exchange to the forefront sometime in 2022 as well. And we are working on that on the background. So it is eventually going to be for all users, but right now it's for users primarily outside of the US. That being said, we also have our Uniswap pool that US users can use. We're working on integration with a couple different exchanges as well, so we can bring, more options to our US user base. So definitely be on the lookout for that as well, so they can use our token and trade with it freely.
You have a token. Explain the token a little bit more.
Sure. So our Mandala token, ticker is MDX on, CoinMarketCap and EtherScan and all that stuff. It's actually MDXT, just due to a couple different MDX or, tickers being listed on Binance or, associated with Binance. So we swapped ours to MDX token or MDXT. It basically, the primary utility of it right now, of course, is lower trading fees. If you lock up one of 5 different tiers of trading fees, of token holding rather, on our exchange, you lock them for a period of a month, you get rebates all the way down to 0.05% trading fees for maker taker, which is like lowest in the industry, right? For all centralized exchanges. Seems.
One second. There we go.
There you go.
Okay, excellent. Outside of that, there's also other utilities for it. If you lock your tokens up, you do get referral rebates for people you bring to the exchange. And we are working on integrating with a lot of different build outs to provide added utilities, such as integrating with a launch pad where token holders are going to get access to pre-sales, depending on the level that they have locked up. And it's kind of going to be a lottery as well, where token holders will be able to get first access to these pre-sales that are being built out on the launch pad. And we're also going to develop, like I was talking about, even in April, we're going to develop an educational platform where teachers and instructors in the crypto space and blockchain space will be able to be tipped with the MDX token through the platform. So those are a couple of things we're building out in the immediate future. We're also working on some other utility functions for the token, but those ideas are still in the R&D phase, and I'm not comfortable just revealing them quite yet until we're working on them or down the path a little bit.
Fantastic. Yeah. So like the MDX token, it seems like, obviously it has utility like specifically on the site,
Yes.
to gain you access to lower fees,
right?
But it also has utility in that it's a really part of holding the token is you're part of the community as well. So
Yes.
you're going to be benefiting from exclusive perks, and maybe you might not even know all the perks, right? Because down the road, this is one of the great things about the opportunity that tokenization presents when it comes to incorporating it into a brand strategy, is you don't necessarily need to know everything it can do in the future, but you can do a lot with it. And it's like, and it's a great way. And when people see some green candles, people get excited too.
Right.
And given that you're an exchange, I mean, it's really fantastic. Now, do you think you'll have any like big announcements to make come like November 11th, 12th?
If things go according to plan, I'm hoping to drop 1 or 2 bigger things on our user base and our community while we are at the conference. Yes, that would be great. Obviously, it's crypto. Things change day by day, right? We all know that.
Right.
But if things do go to plan, yes, I have 1 or 2 announcements that I think our team is going to drop and our community is going to be very happy with at the conference.
Excellent. Yeah, well, we are supremely stoked that you guys are going to be there and showing off what's going on, and also like facilitating partnerships. So because I bet a lot of different companies are wondering, like you said, you do token listings as well. So what's the best way for emerging or projects? Because a lot of projects are like doing really incredible things, but then when they think about token listing, it's like, that can be like, where do I even begin?
Right.
And what's the why should they just come reach out, and what's the kind of the process for upstart tokens projects?
So first off, cut some of this stuff. You're gonna cut some of this stuff, right? I hope with the screen. Good. Here we go. Sorry, internet's a little.
That's okay.
So with the process, the first step is to look on our website. There is a listing page for projects that are interested. Basically, fill out that step 1. What we do is we evaluate the project. We look to see if they have a dynamic user base. We look to see if you have, a bunch of token holders. If a project only has 20 or 30 token holders, it's probably too immature to be listed, right? But if they're sitting there with thousands of token holders and no home, especially on a centralized exchange, those are the projects that we want to talk to and are ready to mature enough to be listed. Then, obviously we look for interaction with the community. Our community is our big strength, and we always interact with them, a whole team every day. We want to see a team that's dedicated to their community and dedicated to the project and doesn't just talk to them once a quarter or, once a month. We want to see that interaction going on and happening on a daily or weekly basis. Now, outside of that, things to provide for a token listing, things that we look for is a token audit, of course. We look for a legal opinion stating what the token is. We don't care if it's a security, a commodity, a utility, but we need some kind of legal opinion to show, the form of what the token is and what the project's all about. Obviously, a legitimate white paper. And then, of course, there's your listing fees and things that we can discuss, and co-marketing strategies. Our marketing team is wonderful, and we do a huge build out with every project we bring in for marketing globally, so that you feel that you're really hitting all your communities and all the user bases possible. So that's the first step there. Then, of course, we evaluate as a board and as a team, and we bring in projects. Now, we do have some constraints on listing, of course, just due to timeframes and due to working with Finance Cloud and having 2 development teams on this to build out wallets, to build out infrastructure, things like that. It does take a few weeks to build out each project. So there is a little bit of a backlog right now. That's not to say we don't want you guys to reach out and, discuss the listing with us, because of course we want to have everybody lined up, and we want to give people a home to trade on a centralized exchange that is under that Finance Cloud of security, safety, and has that user base and that wallet infrastructure for every project that comes in. So that's basically what you're looking at when we're talking about listings.
Okay, brilliant. Well, I think that's very kind of informative, and will hopefully help some projects that have all the guts and the glory and the heart and the passion. They're really going after it, and looking for those the kind of the key partners in the exchanges, as opposed to just, I don't know, getting a million LinkedIn messages and here's a listing. I like this listing, officer.
And that's a good thing to mention too. Another factor that plays into the community driven thing, we push out co-community, co-branding with our community. We want to get our community involved and energized about the projects we bring in too. So when you bring in a project, remember that you're also hitting our 45 to 50,000 users as well. So you're getting a built-in community there that's going to be interested and going to be excited to see us listing those new projects, and will be intrigued by what you are building on the other side.
And this community doesn't represent, this isn't kind of the Robinhood trading community of
Right.
of people that are just, necessarily, these people generally have a little bit more understanding. I would say it's more of a mature, valuable was one way you could describe it, or sophisticated community. So those are really the kind of the people that you want to be going after. Now, one of the things I like to ask is what do you need help with? Are you growing as a team? What's on the wish list for Mandala? What is it?
You ready for this laundry list? Oh gosh, there's so much. I mean, obviously we always want to keep increasing our user base and growing in terms of, we want to become a household name. We want people to understand how fun and how easy and how simple it is to trade on our exchange, right? So we want to build that out. We also are always looking for people to be engaged with us with partnerships in the marketing and business development side. We do co-marketing with a lot of third-party marketing agencies and platforms, and even with people within our community that have big Telegram or Twitter or Instagram or YouTube or TikTok groups. So if you're interested, always please reach out to us. There's always opportunity there. But just being the guinea pig really for Binance Cloud products has come with some growing pains, of course. So there's always a wish list of things we want to do, right? We always want things to go faster and better and more streamlined, just because that's the way crypto is. Everyone forgets we're working with technology because crypto's become such a household thing in the last couple of years. There's always going to be bumps in the road. So it's one of those things where our wish list is always long, and it's ever changing, really, month by month, based on the deliverables we get done, based on the marketing partnerships we have. But really, it's just to bring you an exchange that's fun, team that's friendly, community that's friendly, and just have positive vibes around, basically around Mandala as a project. That's really what our wish is for every user and for coming in.
And I feel having been involved in a bunch of different projects, sometimes in leadership capacities of them, you have an idea too of the things that you really want to get done. But sometimes as an outsider to projects too, it's I really sometimes will really know okay, this is what we can clearly do. And I feel you'd probably appreciate if someone's coming out to you, I remember this Nick Sullivan from ChangeTip was just give me something to say yes to,
Right.
Make it really clear, give me something to say yes to, so we can just like fire forward, and like, don't don't try and like be like, I have this huge laundry list and you can take care of this, and this, like, because that,
Yeah.
that not necessarily is like, achieving one's full capacity. So like,
Yeah.
if you see Mandala and you're like, oh man, I can growth hack this, or I can bring this, or
Yeah.
I got partnerships or communities, like, make, like, I like the Jeff Bezos strategy. It's like, dude, write a press release, like,
Yep.
like show me this ideal outcome, let's realize it together, and let's
Right.
let's change the world. So Miami, back to Miami, we're gonna have
Sure.
an insane conference. Do you guys doing anything in the space of the NFTs at the moment?
Actually, we are. We just started building out our Mandala NFT marketplace called Mandala Moonshot Collections, and we're doing those as all limited editions of all the tokens that are listed on. We do a daily listing of a moonshot card each day, which shows your token stats, and any pair that's listed on our exchange. We'll highlight a different pair every day, as well as all of our exclusive listings. We do custom build outs for limited edition. We give them away with either wallets embedded in them or little videos or audio, just cool little nuggets embedded in the 3D NFTs. So we are building out our marketplace. Our marketing and graphic design and creative teams doing a great job of that. And it's exciting to see, because obviously NFTs are so big in the industry, and they're so important as like version 2 smart contracts is what I call them, really, for ownership, for it's not just collectibles, not just marketing. I mean, it's all branding, it's all that, but it's the ownership piece is what's going to stick, right? So the fact that you can own a limited edition thing with a wallet built into it or a token reward built into it, and you can link that right to the exchange or link that right to your other wallets or hold it on OpenSea or whatever you want to do with it, is so cool, right?
It's so cool. I mean, I've thought like NFTs, like one area of it is like kind of like the Foursquare, like back in the day, like the idea of the badges, like, accomplishments, like,
Yep.
check-ins, like, and when you can incorporate that into a brand strategy, it's not like you're issuing like, it's not like it's this crypto punk that you're trying to get it up to like, 1,000 ETH
Right.
per unit, kind of high value. It's like, no. I mean, that works. Like, that's kind of necessary, like on Ethereum main chain, where there's like these absurd fees to do
Yeah.
anything. But
You
with
pay 1,000 for it, you're paying 998 in gas fees, right?
it's don't even get me started. But but now with all the other solutions, I mean, with Polygon, it's like, dude, we can
Yep.
list them out there. We have like we're seeing this 100x kind of like reduction in fees, which
Right.
creates this boundless new opportunities. So yeah, I mean, I'm really excited about what's going to be happening with NFTs
Oh
at
yeah.
Miami and this massive convergence of all
Right.
these forces. So
There's so many artists down there too that are just clamoring for it and are finally getting into the game and learning about how to, like you said, how to brand, how to sell their product, how to really make NFTs and make them stick as like the proof of ownership, not even the collectible side of it, of their artwork. And it's so cool to see the build out. I love it. I just love it.
me too. Me too. I'm feeling super like, really jazzed on this. Joseph, I can't wait to see you in Miami. It's going to be great. If anybody's watching this and you don't have a ticket yet, head over to eXp Crypto, use the code Mandala20. That'll get you 20% off of the tickets. And we look forward to seeing you in person. And don't forget that one attendee is going to be winning a McLaren. Like, no joke. It's like we'll just follow us on EXP Crypto or Miami Crypto EXP on Twitter. The McLaren is almost in the house, being wrapped. It's going to be on the streets very soon. Just wait till you see this thing. This is a car that dreams are made of. It's going to be so fun, along with so many other things. So come out. Do we know exactly how everything's going to happen at the conference? No.
Nope.
No, we don't. Do we know we've got a ton of really amazing people coming together and like some totally radical activations? Yeah. Yeah. Do we know that when you bring people together with open hearts and open minds, magic happens? Yes.
Absolutely.
So please, if that sounds like something you're into, come on out. Let's have a blast. All right. Thank you so much, Joseph.
Thanks, Kyle. And if I could just real quick, if anybody wants to
Absolutely.
check out Mandala, please go to mandala.exchange. And you can also check out our trading interface at trade.mandala.exchange. Also, check out our Discord and Telegram communities, Telegram at the official Mandala Exchange and Discord at Mandala XEX.
Great. We'll be sure to like post those links into YouTube when we get this. yeah, make sure like connect. It's so important. Like if
Please.
you're hearing this, just take a second to connect on
Mhm.
these different channels. When we all kind of support each other and just connect, it has positive vibration and will lead to success all around the table. So
Right.
connect, get in, try it out. Like, you know, you might be looking for you may have just found your new favorite exchange.
Hope so.
That's the goal. All right. Well, bye for now. We'll see you in Miami.
Thanks, Kyle. See you in Miami.